Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a closer look at a really influential book,
Oh, yeah. Which one?
Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's one that seems to have genuinely shaken things up for millions when it comes to thinking about wealth.
Yes. That one definitely made waves. A lot of people point to it as a turning point.
Exactly. So our mission today is to sort of unpack its main idea, this contrast between two, well, pretty different financial mindsets.
The Rich Dad and the Poor Dad.
Right. And we'll dig into the core lessons and also, look at its strengths, but also touch on some common criticisms.
Sounds good. It's definitely generated discussion on both sides.
For sure. And it's not just about dollars and cents, is it? It's more about maybe a fundamental shift in how you think about earning and building wealth.
That's the core of it, I think, the mindset piece.
So what's the central argument? What makes it hit home for so many?
Well, at its heart, Rich Dad, Poor Dad really pushes back on the standard definition of being rich. It argues that real wealth isn't just about how much you earn.
Not the paycheck side?
No, it's more about financial literacy, understanding how money actually, functions.
And he uses the two dads to illustrate this.
Precisely. Kiyosaki contrasts his poor dad, who was highly educated, had a good, secure job, but basically believed in working for money with his rich dad.
Who was the entrepreneur?
Yeah, the entrepreneur who taught him about making money work for you. A totally different approach.
Okay, and one of the big things people talk about is how he defines assets and liabilities, right? That seems to catch people off guard.
Oh, absolutely. That's often a huge aha moment for readers. Because, traditional advice usually tells you your house is your biggest asset.
Right. That's what you always hear.
But Kiyosaki turns that completely around. He says an asset is something that consistently puts money into your pocket.
Like what? Give me an example.
Think rental properties generating income, stock dividends, royalties from a book, maybe a profitable business you own but don't have to run day to day.
Okay, things that generate cash flow in?
Exactly. And a liability. Well, that's anything that consistently takes money out of your pocket.
Like car payments, credit card debt.
Or even that house, if it's just costing you money in mortgage, taxes, and upkeep without bringing any income in, it really makes you look at everything you own differently.
That's a powerful distinction. And it connects to another point he makes, doesn't it, about education.
Yeah, the idea that our traditional schooling, well, it fails to teach practical financial literacy.
He's pretty critical about that.
Very. He argues that the crucial stuff, understanding taxes, how corporations work, market dynamics, the tools the wealthy often use, it's just not really there in the standard curriculum.
So it puts the responsibility back on you, the individual.
Right. It pushes you to basically own your financial education, whether that means learning about investing, starting a business, or just getting a real handle on cash flow.
It's about moving beyond just being an employee then.
Absolutely. It's about shifting your mindset from being an employee, maybe even self-employed, towards becoming a business owner or an investor.
That whole rat race idea he talks about.
Exactly. And instead of thinking, oh, I can't afford that, the book encourages you to ask, okay, how can I afford it?
Which isn't about just spending more, right?
No, not at all. It's about creative problem solving, thinking about how to generate the funds, how to leverage resources, how to build those passive income streams. It's a total reorientation towards financial independence.
And you can see why that mindset shift is probably one of its biggest appeals, especially if you're just starting out or feel stuck.
Definitely. It's very motivational in that sense.
And the way it's written, it's quite accessible, isn't it? It avoids a lot of the dense financial jargon.
Yeah, it's told more like a story, which makes it easy to grasp the core concepts. It really challenges that ingrained thinking about needing a safe job and just saving.
But, okay, let's talk about the other side. It does get criticized.
It does. And I think it's important to acknowledge that while it's fantastic for the why, the inspiration, the mindset shift, it's often seen as lacking on the how.
Meaning it doesn't give you a step-by-step plan?
Pretty much. You won't find detailed investment strategies or specific financial planning advice. Some argue it kind of oversimplifies things.
Because it's based on anecdotes, maybe not hard data.
Right. It's more about the principles than the practical, detailed application. So it's a great starting point, maybe for students or someone wanting to be an entrepreneur, but you'll definitely need other resources for the actual nuts and bolts.
So wrapping this up, what's the key takeaway for someone listening?
I think you've got to see Rich Dad, Poor Dad for what it primarily is. It's less of a financial how-to manual.
And more of a powerful mindset book.
Exactly. It's really designed to spark a different way of thinking about money and wealth creation, rather than giving you a detailed roadmap.
Its real strength lies in that inspiration then, getting people to question their assumptions.
Precisely. Its lasting impact comes from inspiring readers to just fundamentally rethink their relationship with money and work. It serves as a really significant, though maybe high-level, starting point on that journey to financial freedom. It gets the wheels turning.
Okay, so based on all this, here's something for you, the listener, to consider. What's maybe one assumption you hold about money or about your job that this conversation has perhaps encouraged you to re-examine?